Okay, picture this. It's Monday morning at your local clinic. The room is absolutely packed, right? You can hear coughing everywhere. Every single chair is taken. You're just trying to check in. But of course, there's a line. And this feeling of stressed out uncertainty just hangs in the air. We've all been there. But what if it didn't have to be like that?
And this old way of waiting, it's just a cycle of stress for everybody involved. For patients, it's that awful mix of anxiety about the appointment, not having a clue how long you'll be stuck there, and just pure frustration with being in a crowded room. And then on the other side of the desk, the staff are dealing with constant interruptions, having to shout names across the room. It's just an inefficient system that leads straight to burnout.
And the consequences of this outdated system are pretty clear. Potential patients, they see that long line and they just turn around and leave. That's lost revenue. Meanwhile, the team behind the desk is so swamped managing the chaos that they can't even get to their other critical tasks. It's a total lose-lose situation.
But what if we could just completely transform this whole experience? Well, this is where technology comes in and offers a much, much smarter way to wait. We're talking about the virtual queue.
So what is it exactly? A QR code queue management system is really the engine that makes this all happen. The concept is beautifully simple. Instead of a physical line, patients join a digital one. All they have to do is scan a code with their smartphone. No special app to download, no clunky hardware. They're just instantly in the queue, and they can see exactly what's going on. And here's where it gets really fascinating from a psychological standpoint. Research actually shows that a virtual queue can reduce how long a wait feels by up to 35%. Think about that. When you give patients transparency and control, the wait itself just becomes way less stressful, even if the actual time is exactly the same. So let's actually walk through what this looks like from the patient's point of view. It really is all about giving them freedom, transparency, and a real sense of control over their experience, right from the moment they arrive. Honestly, the process couldn't be simpler. A patient walks into the clinic, scans a QR code at the entrance, and bam, they're on the list. The entire check-in can take less than 15 seconds. Just compare that to waiting in line forever just to talk to the receptionist. From that point on, all the updates they need come straight to their phone. And this is what the patient sees on their phone. No more guessing, no more craning your neck to see if anything is happening. Right there on their screen, they see their exact place in line and a real-time estimate of their wait. This one simple piece of information completely replaces all that anxiety with clarity. This quote just captures the whole emotional benefit perfectly. Patients are no longer prisoners of the waiting room. They can wait in their car, they can step outside for some fresh air, maybe grab a coffee nearby. They have the freedom to wait wherever they feel most comfortable, all while knowing they won't lose their spot. Okay, so now let's flip the script. Let's move to the other side of the counter and see how this makes the workflow better for the people actually running the clinic. Because this isn't just about the patient experience, it's about giving your staff the tools for effortless control. For the staff, a system like this is basically like putting patient flow on autopilot. It automates all those tedious manual tasks of managing a waitlist, and that frees them up to focus on the more important stuff, the patient-facing duties that really need that human touch. Right from their dashboard, the staff gets total visibility. With just one glance, they can see that there are, say, 11 patients in the virtual queue right now. No more guesswork, no more trying to count heads in a packed room. The dashboard also shows them critical data in real time. Like right now, the average wait is just 5 minutes. And that isn't just a number. It lets the staff manage patient expectations accurately and spot any potential delays before they become a real problem. And they can track their throughput too. Seeing that 46 patients have already been served gives them a super clear measure of the clinic's efficiency for the day. And that kind of data, it's invaluable for making smart decisions about staffing and optimizing schedules down the line. So we've got a better experience for patients and an easier day for staff. That's great. But what does this actually mean for the clinic as a business? Well, the operational impact is pretty significant. The data shows really clear, tangible results. Clinics see a major drop in complaints, a big reduction in the number of patients who just walk out, and, as you'd expect, a direct increase in revenue. These aren't just tiny changes. They are measurable improvements to the bottom line. But let's just focus on this number for a second, because it's the real showstopper. An 85% reduction in complaints about waiting. That is a massive leap in patient satisfaction and a huge weight off the shoulders of the clinic staff. So, what's the big takeaway here? This whole thing adds up to a new standard of efficiency. You're able to serve more patients with the exact same team. And because they're happier, they leave better online reviews. The data you're collecting helps optimize scheduling, and automated alerts can even reduce those costly patient no-shows. By turning this major point of friction into a moment of calm and efficiency, we are fundamentally improving the entire healthcare experience. And it leaves us with a pretty exciting question, right? If we can solve one of the oldest and most frustrating parts of a clinic visit, what other part of the patient journey can we reimagine and transform next?